Just look at it all.
You're in want of something rare. Something marvelous, am I mistaken? The goods here, aye.
Trading's done.
You must be here about the notice. How do I know? Simple. No one but must be because I reek of desperation. Of one sending young souls off to certain doom. Well, once you hear the details, I'm sure you will lose interest. Everyone else does. We of the Alpha Merchant Navy wish to hire a representative to track and kill the notorious pirate Dead Kell and his crew of murderous hanged men. They had many names for him during the Middle Kingdoms era. Ghost of the Frostbreak, the Blood Red Sail. Every captain and swab on the Frostbreak Sea feared for their lives when Kell raised his flag. Many widows were made in those days, my friend. Of course, that was centuries ago, before he was killed. Oh yes, the Alpha Navy put an end to Dead Kell generations ago. They tracked him to his island hideaway and turned his There were no survivors. Now you understand our predicament. Our shipping and transport lanes are a gauntlet. Dead Kell preys on our ships like scabs feast on the dying. We're losing 1 in 5 vessels departing from Earthia. Good sailors gone, vital supplies sent to the depths. This must end now. You will? Truly? I must admit, here is your payment. It is made in good faith. Once you've made your preparations, report to Captain Rast Bratigan. Rast is a good and loyal companion and a competent sailor. May Lyria protect you, and may her breath ever be at your back. Good luck. Trust Rast.
Don't bother me. I'm waiting for a passenger, some suicidal idiot. Can't be caught chatting. I want to make a good impression. Well, tie me up and drag me under. So you're the one the Navy's hooked into finding Gallows End and killing Dead Kell. It's suicide! Really? Ask the others. Oh wait, you can't. But don't worry about them. Like my mother said, don't weep for the fallen, even if they could hear you. They wouldn't care. You know, the other applicants. Dead, all of them. All of the ones they found, that is. Plenty of others just vanished. One poor fellow was found cut into teeny tiny pieces. They needed a bucket to pull all of him. But don't you worry, we'll have a fine voyage. He's the worst of the worst. A villain who truly enjoys the pain he inflicts. He's a slippery one. I'd love to be the one to bring him in. Maybe then I'd finally get some respect. It is the mysterious island fortress of Dead Kell and his crew. Why? Do you know how to get there? Because I have no... I was hoping to figure it out as we go, but I'm starting to wonder if that's a good idea. Flattery'll get you nowhere, unless I've had too much to drink. Then I'm afraid to say it'll get you all sorts of strange places. I shall not elaborate. Tari and I are ready when you are. Only what you want with you in case of an emergency. There aren't many merchants where we're headed. He's the fine first mate on the ground next to me. Words aren't his strength, although I'd be pressed. I found him after I was forced to maroon my last first mate on a desert island. That man became obsessed with me, probably because we had sex. A lot. Seeing as I don't believe in navigation, I'd have to say no. Not at the moment. Not to worry. Once you've wrecked enough ships, you get the hang of it. If you're ready to depart, my vessel awaits. You'll find her both. Just don't go down into the hold. There's a leak down there. I'm predicting an uneventful voyage. We might even get bored. Off we trust no one. Except me, of course.
Lo, hear the tale of the pirate king who cut a blood-red wake from dark Rathir to frost-sprake sea, and dead Kel was his name. With hanged men crew and bow-white flag, he sailed from gallows end. No solace for a sailor true when dead Kel's ship came in.
Eh? Wow! I did not foresee such a horrendous disaster. Are you well? Everything... Most of the others were killed. It wasn't quick. I heard their cries in the fog, but I couldn't... Dead Kel! One moment there was nothing but open sea before us, and the next, it didn't take much to sink the Calamity. That poor ship was asking for mercy, and dead Kel granted her wish. Welcome to Gallows End, my friend. At least I think that's well. I hope you like surprises. No one is sorrier than I am. Those men and women were my family. Travelling as I do, there aren't many opportunities for closeness. I found that on the Calamity. Good thing Tari is still with me. Well, mostly. Not sure exactly, but he's bleeding like a gutted fish. We're going to need to reach shore if we want to fetch help. We'll have to come back for him. I wish there was another way. Gone, Lyria, bless her. Like Mother always said, never love anything, because all things end up dead. A wise woman, my mother. And very, very... The hull drifted off into an eastern cove, where it sank away completely. Only bubbles remain. And a more capable team I can't imagine. It appears our best path to the mainland is through a nearby cavern, but it seems I do carry some old cobalt explosives in my pack, but I've never used one before. Well, not successfully. No time to jaw. lost. I'm going to explode this next tree. I'm lost. Jabbering jellyfish! I'm out of explosives! And one of us is going to need to find some way to get us through this wall. You see, I don't swim. Or did I fail to mention that? Anything that can get us through this wall. I'd help you, but I can't swim. Let's go! Amazing! We survived! I didn't want to say anything in the cavern, but I was better. In the words of my dear departed mother, always prepare for the worst, for it'll probably happen. There looks to be a settlement on the beach. Come, let's see who's at home. That village looks inviting. What with its starving inhabitants and looming gallows. Perhaps someone there can help. Ready when you are.
Akara blesses us with another lot. Welcome, stranger. I am Alderman. Tell me, how have you come to find yourself upon our shore? It is a village established by those of us whose fates are sailors and settlers, foreigners and families, but castaways all. We have made Akara is the reason I am here. The reason all of us on this island are. Akara is this island and everything upon it. Ah, so you're here for the oppressor, he who was cast down. You're not the first to arrive on these shores in search of him, but Akara's magic protects us here in Cape Solace. We are safe from Dead Kel's deathless touch. The same cannot be said for those who venture past the boundaries of the village, near the keep and the surrounding forest. Dead Kel was the favorite son of Akara. He was given great gifts from our protector, only to squander them in the pursuit of power. We are blessed not to fear him. So many others live at his mercy, but not those of us here on the safety of the beaches. Akara protects the faithful. Why, it is the great fortress that looms in the north. Grave Hall, as it was named by the Diverga craftsmen who raised its mighty walls. But the Diverga have long since abandoned the island, leaving their great keep empty. Some in the village, like Paddy, are intrigued by the keep's dark courts and corridors, but I would avoid it. Grave Hall is haunted. The villain Dead Kel rules much of this island, and he strives tirelessly to control every last inch. Akara will not let this happen. We are protected in this spot alone, just south of the river and along the coast. The Fallen One has no power here, and it enrages him. Then you will fit in well, for keeping the village strong is truly a group undertaking. You may stay with us for as long as you wish, but might I suggest that you find a way to make yourself useful? We all must do our part.
You're lucky to be. We prepare the way for them. If only we could pass the river safely.
Hello there, Cast. Anything I can do to make you more comfortable? Always a pleasure.
Well, don't know about you, but all of this talk about I'm going to ask around about ways to get off the island, since I'm almost certain we're not going to want to stay. We'll have to secure another vessel, but from the looks of the village, they don't often. In the meantime, I'll ask you to scour the beaches for survivors of our wreck. Such a possibility has left me agitated. I throw up. I did not see my bosun Thora among the dead, or his wife Asa. There's a chance they have evaded death's grip. Mark my words, if even one of them survives, I will fight to the earth's edge to find them. That's the spirit. I knew taking you on board was the right idea. I will stay here and speak to Alder about a boat. And I'll have Dead Kel's head if it's the last thing I do. What was left of the ship drifted towards a cove past the eastern cliffs. I'd search there first, and don't let your guard down.
Back off.
Look what the reef brought ashore this time. I am Padrig Dower. My friends call me Paddy, but I assume dear Alder's given you the welcome speech? It's getting crowded down here, you know. Pity we can't move, some of us at least, up to the keep on the hill. Thing of beauty, isn't it? Nothing like the great city of Odessa, of course, but please excuse my enthusiasm. Well, if you want a nicer place to live, and you aren't afraid of spirits, I can help you get that keep. Interested? Pfft, it's not haunted. Cursed, maybe, but not haunted. Gates locked, and it's crawling with those damn scavs. And every so often, someone gets an idea to sneak in. Most don't get as far as the door, and those who do never come back. I've gotten as far as the top of the wall to have a peek inside. It wasn't easy, but I had a good enough look to know I'd better climb right. Everything else, I know from the dream. Last night, I dreamt of the keep as it once was, several stories tall and so beautiful, it made me cry. When I awoke, I was clutching this key in my hand. I don't put much stock in a Kara, but I do know there was more, but I can't recall it clearly. Perhaps it'll come back to me when we get inside. Will you come? Yes, I'm going with you. I'm not much good in a fight, but I can remember. So, you want to help me or not? Fantastic! Let me know when you're ready to go, and we'll be off. I'll be ready whenever you are. Bye.
You must be one of the new arrivals. Tell me, did Cape Solace... I am Nesta Gwynedd. My husband Cadwallon and I have only been here a short time. Well, we did, before the scav infestation. Several months ago, my husband and I started a garden on Storm Point. It has saved our lives. Thanks to this secret spot, we've been able to fill the village stores to... Now, however, scavs seem to have taken a keen interest in Storm Point as well. They wish not to fill their... Scavs are not native to the Frostbreak Sea. They come from the south, infesting ships and living off the coast. They've made quite a home here on Gallows End, nesting in large broods, deep and damp old fastings left behind by the Dverga. If your goal is to ingratiate yourself to the inhabitants of this island, you've chosen the right path. Come, we will take you to Storm Point. It's not far, just past the boundaries of Cape Solace and Gravehall Keep. Storm Point is the... It's just up ahead a bit. Follow me. It's not... We mustn't go any farther. The scavs will know we're coming. Oh, those little monsters can hear the hair stand up on the back of your neck. We could certainly use some assistance with those scavs. We can handle one or two at a time, but not a brood. I hate scavs. You. Our stores were running low, and it's not as easy as you'd think to gather food in these treacherous... There are others in the village that could use your help. In fact, I was planning to ask some... I saw a ship before the scavs moved in. I'm convinced it ran aground on the rocks below, but I can't be sure. Someone should check again. Thank you.
So, I'm not the only one who walked out of that mess. I figured you for us. We shouldn't waste a moment. My wife, my Asa, she still lives. But I've never seen anything like it. Scavengers. They looked like fair Gorta, but not like any I've ever seen. No, it was just us. Asmir, Kelly, Free, they were good people. Proud. Not the bedraggled bunch many. It's a shame. Thank you. I will make way inland. If there are others on this island, my heart goes with you. There's not much time.
You're not a sailor, are you? Sailors pitch when they walk dry ground. List like drunkards. No, you're not one of them. So who are you? My name is Nina Malloy. You met my father Alder, but he wouldn't be pleased to find me here. Of course, very little pleased. I've walked this island since I was no bigger than a boggart. But I'm still prohibited from venturing past the village on my own. I can take care of myself. I did. I don't know you, so I don't trust you. You're better off having drowned. Don't be fooled by my father's elation. We're prisoners on Gallows End by choice. Every time we make the offering, we surrender what little freedom we still... We sacrifice one of our own people to Akara, a being none of us have ever seen. Is the offering bad? Yes. We can leave whenever we wish. All of us. Wouldn't matter, however. Most of the villagers in Cape Solace wish to stay right here. My father has... My destiny is my own. If only he understood that. It takes place once in a generation. A member of the village is chosen, and then during the offering ceremony, Akara imbues the chosen one with his magic, and transforms her into what we follow her guidance, whether we wish to or not. Yes, so I gathered. The scabs aren't partial to intruders, especially ones they can... I'll join you if you don't mind. I know these tunnels better than anyone. Lead on. I'll watch your back. It's tough to tell in these old tunnels, but if your friend was dragged in here by scabs, then she'll be at the... Take the lead.
Cycle the First, the Arathi. Greetings, dear Netta. If I view this record as a personal correspondence, it makes the distance bearable, keeps the fear at bay. You know how expeditionary travel vexes me. I shall begin. I was not certain what to expect following my disembarkation upon this grim isle. After initial investigation, there appears to be a significant Arathi presence, one that predates any other signs of organized life on the island. It is a curious thing. Why would such beings descend to this wounded realm? Whatever beckoned to them, its call must have been incredibly powerful. More research is needed. Be well, dear Netta. I miss you.
They came as soon as the hull went under. The cargo, the survivors, the sails, everything stripped like flesh from a bone. I didn't think I'd live to see the morning. Not with dead Kel here. I'm going to see if there's anyone else on this island. There are too many structures for it to be deserted. Don't be foolish.
And what is this? Tell me, stranger, what brings you down these dank salvage, riches, the allure of a most magnificent death? If you must die, it should be at the hands of a monster like me. My victims are almost as infamous as I am. I have touched the hand of death and been chosen. So it is with all great men. We transcend mortality. But you wouldn't know of such things, would you? Death will not have me. Not until I am satisfied. And I am not satisfied. Oh, sinking your ship was only the start. Now it must be stripped to its bones, picked apart. Everyone's scavengers. Killing the crew, well, that was for pleasure. Forgive me if I like to treat myself every once in a while. Will I? The Alpha Navy tried to stop me once. They sought to stretch my neck. Yet who do you think ended up dangling from the gallows? Don't make the same mistake they did. Don't come to my home and call for my head. It's foolish, and worse. I will forgive you this once, but that is all. Now leave, gallows head.
Listen to dead Kel, stranger. Find a ship, find a captain, then sail far, far away from Gallows End. I'll see that your friend gets to the village. After that, I'm going to do some exploring. There was another crash not soon after yours. I was planning to follow the survivors inland, but there also might be something of value in their wreckage. I wouldn't call him a close relation, but I've seen him from time to time. He doesn't show his ghastly face around Cape Solace that often. I guess even he's got an interest in good salvage. I can't be sure of what happened until I see for myself. But it was a large ship, a merchant galley, or perhaps... It was big, though, and it rode low in the water. Loaded down with cargo, or with men, or with both. Good idea. Never can tell if these castaways are going to be friendly or just plain mad. Look at you. Perhaps I'll see you back at Cape Solace. Till then, try to stay out of trouble. We'll meet again.
Look at you! I could just gobble you up, but it's in my contract with the Navy that I do no such thing. You found the Ardings alive and well, if not a bit soggy. Well done. I had a feeling you'd be full of surprise. I've been here searching for a means of escape, but everyone is so preoccupied with their precious scion that they hardly give me a... No. They didn't. Alder believed he passed not long after we left him, and that he was swept out to sea. He was a good first mate, Tari. We did try to save him, but the winds of fortune don't always blow in our favour. She's the one they're handing over to their god, their precious Akara. They hold a splendid ceremony, then the rest of her life is spent in intimate meditation with the spirit. Sounds dreadful. You met him, did you? Tell me, what did the villain have to say for himself? Did he have the hangmen with him? Bloodgrin, the Whispering Witch, the Baronet? She wields a powerful staff, and she likes to whisper into the ears of her victims before they die. No one knows. She's also said to be Dead Kel's lover. Gross. Big nasty brute. He kills with his bare hands if he can, but he'll settle for his hammer if he wants to be especially messy. He's a fancy one. More concerned with his silks and swagger than with taste. As Mother always said, manners will get you everywhere, and I mean everywhere. True, and I think I know how. Alder spoke of an old castaway, a man named Key, who has been on this island longer than anyone. Perhaps he's lived long enough to know our pirate friend. If nothing else, it's a good place to start. Alder will know where to find this Key fellow. If we're lucky, he'll be normal, not like the rest of these twists. I'm not counting on it. Hurry back.
Be careful out west.
Welcome back. How... Can I help you this fine day? Always. Always a pleasure. Everyone's in an uproar about the offering. I choose to thank you much.
I'm sorry about your friend, Tari. His loss was unfortunate. We in the village are preparing for the offering ceremony to receive our new scion. Only then will you truly... Captain Bratigan explained that you plan to bring dead Kel to justice. I understand your reasons, but the quest is folly. Still, I wish you success. So I will point you in the direction of a man named Key. He is the oldest castaway on Gallows End. He will have answers. Before you speak with him, I must ask you a favor. Your journey will take you past Soul Deep Fasting, where my wife Bridget prepares for... Take her this amulet. She will want it. All scions wear it during the ceremony. It is just down the beach to the west. You will know it by the watchers standing guard out front. Do not provoke them.
It wasn't easy, but I followed that landing party inland. Nobody carrying that much cargo is here by accident. There's a storm brewing. You'll be happy to know that I took a prisoner. That dainty fellow over there. He says he's harmless, but I'm not so sure. I had a chance to scout a bit closer and caught sight of another ship. One that's still intact just offshore. If I were crazier, I'd steal it and make for open sea. Mostly, I just want to go after their leader. If his people are here for blood, we'll know soon enough. I must say, they resembled a war party more than a ship's crew. I counted warriors, and even a few scholars among them. It's not uncommon for outsiders to come to Gallows End, seeking Akara's power and the island's magic. I just haven't witnessed it in many years. I was hoping you'd see things my way. The people in Cape Solace always lay their fates down at the feet of others. Whether it's Akara, Dead Kel, or even my father. I will go and I will find the one behind this invasion. He will answer to me. Goodbye.
What is it you seek? The new scion must not be disturbed. Her meditations are of great importance. Without the proper preparation, she won't withstand the power that comes with it. It will destroy her. Soon, that name will mean nothing. She will be the scion. I will give her the amulet once she breaks from her You must leave now. That is not a suggestion. That is not your concern. She is safe. Nothing will happen to the scion under the gaze of the Watchers. Farewell.
Forgive my confusion, but have we met? I arrived on the island several months ago, or so the villagers tell me. Blame this nasty bump on my head. Tricky business, memory. When you have it, you forget it's there. Once it's gone, you forget. Even now, I came out here for some reason I can't recall. All I have to show for my time is this map. Little good. Well, it's not a whole map, not really, more of a scrap of parchment. But why was I looking through them in the first place? The salvage? Maybe it's a map leading to buried treasure. I'd say it's Diverger by the lettering and the designs, but I don't even know why I'd say. What's a Diverger? I don't know. I can hardly remember. If you look closely at the corners of the parchment, you'll see that it seems to have been torn from a larger whole, perhaps into many separate pieces. Please do, it's yours. What good is a map on an... If I come upon any more, you're welcome to them. That is, if I remember who you are. Don't ask me. Most mornings I need to be reminded of my own name. My advice isn't exactly reliable. Go get that treasure. How goes your search for treasure? It was treasure, wasn't it? Bye, and stay safe.